Hey everyone, it's Michael Kikle. I hope you're doing well today, and I have a book review here for a book that I forgot to review, and that is a Star Wars comic called Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic Volume 4, Days of Hate, Nights of Suffering. Now, this was a massive improvement over Volume 2 and 3. It kind of got back to what I love about John Jackson Miller's writing that he used to do. He did with a lot of books like the novel Kenobi. I love him, I respect him, but Volume 2 and 3 were kind of dry. 3 was too dry as a lead into what happens here. Most of this book is, at least the first half of it, maybe the first 3/4 of it, are a breakout book of escape from the Arcanian ship. But let me talk about the artist for a moment. Basically, the art starts off being done continuously from Volume 3 by Bong Dazo, who I don't think is the best, But then Dustin Weaver and Dan Parsons take over later when it comes to, like, the middle of the book onward. And the art improves significantly, almost to the point of being close to the Dark Horse Comics Clone Wars era, which I thought was really, really good stuff. Now, like I said, it kind of continues Volume 3's events. Basically, Zane, Jerael, the Old Man, they're all kind of trapped on the Arcanian ship. Roland is there as well at one point. And the Mandalorians are on their way. Adaska, who runs everything on this ship, still has his whole weird, almost forced marriage mentality with Jerael and how he has like a crush on her and wants to marry her. And Jerael, I don't know if I really like Jerael all that much as a character. They kind of have her in this book as it goes on into the next arc, kind of in like a love triangle between like Zane, Roland has a thing for her, but Roland's kind of in the loop, but kind of not. It's more about like Zane having a thing for her, but also, what's his face? Alec, who is the Jedi also, and I love Alec, by the way. So, Alec shows up, he's on the ship. At one point, Lucian shows up and gets drugged also, by Adaska, and now he and Zane are tied up back to back and have to actually work together. His old master who tried to kill him, who's had this whole League of Jedi masters hunting down Zane all this time over 4 volumes of comics at this point. They have to team up. Zane can't trust him, but they have to kick off the escape, as well as the old man that Jerael always took care of and was so close with, which was a really good emotional heart at a couple of points in this book. I really liked that. God bless the old man. He's really doing good here in some of the stuff that he has to do. But Roland is badass as always. Zane is badass as always. Zane just keeps getting better and better as a character. And I love where he is by the end of Volume 4, this volume. I think that he is really, really grown into a great character by this point, even so. I like that he's becoming less and less clumsy. He's becoming less and less of a person who is just naive. He's getting to the point that he is more competent than most people, I think, in my personal opinion. Not as competent as somebody like the badass Roland, but still. When the Mandalorians show up in here, not to get too far into spoilers, they are awesome. I love them. I love their leader. He's the look of him, the design of him, even though the art isn't great, like it was in 2 and 3 as well. It wasn't great there. I really like the look and design of this character, and even the rough art makes him look good. The leader of the Mandalorians, that is. Now, the escape stuff is really cool. I really dig a lot of that. It's pretty fun seeing a couple of Jedi have lightsabers out, whether it be Zane, Lucian, Alec, seeing like Roland and Jerael try to do what they can. The old man does stuff that he can in the, I guess you could say like the whatever room that they have him working in on the Arcanian ship. His efforts to try to help out are really cool. But there's a couple of twists throughout the book. I do like those things. I think they work well. But I really, really like, once we spin off into the next arc, I think that next arc, I don't know if you would say it's completely ended in this part of the book, like the finale of this book, and I won't spoil it. But the general arc that we pick up on after this whole escape thing from the Arcanian ship is that Zane is doing something, and he's with somebody. I don't want to tell you who. But he happens to land somewhere, and he comes across his best friend's sister, who he used to have a thing with back in the day that we were introduced to in Volume 1. They seem to have had some kind of love story before Jerael ever came in the picture, and this may have re-inspired that, but from the get-go, as soon as she sees Zane land, I forgot her name, by the way, because she wasn't that important back in the day, she immediately is like, "You killed my brother, I want to kill you," and she tries to kill him. And she also has that Shock T looking Master Jedi with her as well, kind of inspiring the thought that she should want to kill Zane. And that Shock T looking alien, I don't know what that species is called. Who gives a shit? I know what a Twi'lek is, and that's about it. It's like the only one I know in my brain of any Star Wars species. But this Shock T looking Jedi Master, whatever her name is really the top villain here, because Lucian is kind of put off to the side because he's not here yet. But a lot of this is the Shock T Jedi Master looking chick trying to kill Zane, but also trying to promote his old love interest to kill him too. And Zane is trying to prove his innocence, to her by explaining, hey, I didn't kill your brother, the Jedi did this is what happened. But she, like a lot of people, believes the mainstream media and what they're saying. So it's kind of a crazy situation psychologically for poor Zane. It just makes me feel even worse for him, because even the girl that he loved quite a bit is treating him like dirt here. You get a little bit more in this volume about Lucian's past with his mom, and how strange and kind of like tense that relationship is. I really like that. There's some good stuff about that, even though it's just hinted at a little bit here and there. But overall, I was very surprised with what happened in the finale. I liked the kind of battle we had between Zane and this Shock T alien chick towards the end of the book. Again, that's not really a spoiler. I'm being as vague as I could. But I really liked the majority of what happened in this volume. Volume 4, like I said, was a massive improvement in a lot of ways from Volume 2 and 3, whether it be from the artist switching over about halfway through the book when the new art kicks in, or whether it be like just the storytelling in general. It feels like John Jackson Miller must have been bored for like the last year of doing Volume 2 and 3, one issue a month or whatever, and then he finally got to kick in and do something really exciting with the escape, and then the whole best friend sister love interest stuff with Zane. All of that really improved the book overall for me, and I'm glad I got what I got in here, man, because I was starting to lose interest. I had spent that money on all of these 10 volumes or whatever of this series, and it was starting to kill my interest a little bit, and I can't even lie to say that I'm not a little tad bit disappointed with where the series has gone so far. But if from this point on, if it picks up and continues to be as good as it's been so far in this volume, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with a couple of bad volumes, or even one more in the future. Just don't give me like every other book being rough or being bad or whatever. But I've heard from some people that the series is totally worth reading, that it's a really good series. I've yet to, outside of Volume 1, a little bit of 2, maybe a tad bit of 3, and then most of this book, seen what they're talking about. So I'm hoping it gets better and better, is what I'm trying to tell you. And I hope it stays consistently good from this point on, but we'll see. Anyway, Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, Volume 4, if I had to rate it on a 5-star basis, I would probably give this one about a pretty high 3 out of 5 stars. Had a lot of cool stuff in here, very entertaining, very action-packed for that matter. And again, kind of character-centric a lot, with Zane, with Jerael and her whole faux love story with Adaska, the leader of that Arcanian ship. I think it's called Arcanian ship, right? But anyway, I liked a lot of it. I thought it really had a lot of cool stuff happening here. So let me know what you think about the series so far if you're reading along with me. It's weird having 2 Star Wars book reviews today. I have a review for this and Dark Disciple coming up at the same time. So hopefully that'll give you some entertainment out there for you other hardcore Star Wars people like me. Anyway, thank you all for watching, guys. Once again, God bless you all. Catch you later, and goodbye.